catch me if I fall. Messi, I'll put you in a grade 6 feet like Kenny.
Good evening and welcome to Premier League Live tonight. In the first of 3 nights of midweek action in the Premier League, it is title race week here with all 3 sides going for the Premier League title in action over the next 3 nights. We're in North London tonight at the Emirates Stadium in a London derby as Chelsea come to the Emirates. And Arsenal, with the last week that they've had, they needed to get it back on track at the weekend with a big win away at Wolves. They want to back that up with a big derby win here against their local rivals. And losing control of the title race was another part of Arsenal, and they lost on their last game here, which was the Aston Villa game just 11 days ago. Aston Villa were the better side. They were the team that tore Arsenal apart in those final 10 minutes. Arsenal struggled to score, but on Saturday night they worked their way back and got 3 huge points and their 15th clean sheet of the season. They're still the best defensive side in the division. Over the next 3 nights, we will have 4 games for you tomorrow and a bumper night, as well as the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool tomorrow from Goodison Park, as Liverpool also fighting for the title. And then on Thursday night we will bring it all to a close as we head to the Amex Stadium as Brighton take on Manchester City. To the teams for tonight's game, and some big news on both sides. For starting with Arsenal, David Raya starts in goal. A back 4 of Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel and Takahiro Tomiyasu in defence. Thomas Partey makes an appearance in midfield from the start alongside Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard, the captain, with the front 3 of Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz, who leads the line. Odegaard and Trossard both on the score sheet in Arsenal's 2-0 win over Wolves at the weekend. On the bench for the Gunners, Ramsdale, Kivior, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Smith-Rowe, Vieira, Martinelli, Nketiah and Jesus. For Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea, no Cole Palmer tonight. They start with Dorde Petrovic in goal. Alfie Gilchrist starts at right back this evening. Axel Disasi, Benoit Badiashile and Marc Cucurella in defence. Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo and Conor Gallagher make up that enamoured midfield, that common midfield we see from Chelsea as Gallagher holds the armband, with Noni Madueke on the right, Mudryk on the left and Jackson through the middle. A few youngsters on the bench as well tonight for Chelsea. Raheem Sterling amongst them. He's got the experience. He's won the titles. His team will be winning a trophy this season after their FA Cup exit at the weekend. Arsenal are the team to beat tonight, and kick-off in this London derby is on the way next. Also this evening, another side going for a league victory and also a title victory. They're hoping for. Leicester take on Southampton at St Mary's, and Leicester could go 4 points clear of Leeds United tonight in second, and 5 points clear of third placed Ipswich Town, and put themselves with a bit of daylight in the race for the championship title and race for promotion. Southampton, they want to keep themselves in that battle. If they win tonight, they will be within 3 points of the top 2, and they still have to play Leeds before the end of the season. We're underway then here in North London as Arsenal get us going. And this is the crunch point. This is what everybody waits for. This point in the season is where titles are won and lost, is where teams are picked from the best to the good as Kai Havertz went down there in the box. The referee pulled up an offside flag in the process. There from the assistant as Kai Havertz running behind. First time attack for Arsenal, and it's Ben White down the right hand side, plays a lovely ball through Cucurella and Benoit Badiashile, and Havertz made the run in behind, and the former Chelsea man just took a yard too quick and was just a yard offside. It's good pressing by Rice to win the ball back. Here's White. Now Odegaard. Going to go for the outside of the boot pass. Nicked away by Cucurella. It's all about Chelsea tonight. You know, if you had watched them on Saturday against Manchester City, they were quite disappointing, Chelsea, really. They created good chances and their overall play was quite good. But it was the finishing in the final third. They were really left a lot to be desired, really. And that's the problem. You know, I firmly believe they could have put Manchester City out of the FA Cup on Saturday if they had a finisher, a natural finisher. But they had so many chances, Chelsea, in that game where they could have put a tired-looking Manchester City to bed. They didn't, and they got punished for that. And the same goes for tonight. If they get chances, which they will on the counter-attack, they need to take them. Otherwise, a team like Arsenal, going for the title, and a team with such quality as Arsenal, will pick you off. They will win those battles, they will beat you, and they will win the game. They will score goals. They have the finishers, and they're looking in fine form. The top scorers in the league this season, Arsenal, 77 goals in 33 Premier League games. Manchester City on 76 and Liverpool on 75. So very tight between the top three there in terms of goal scoring ability. Villa are closely following behind on 71. Newcastle on 69. Chelsea themselves not done bad with scoring this season, 61. So they're averaging just short of 2 goals per game scored. 61 goals in their 31 games this season. Chelsea have a really kind of busy period to come. You know, they have a real run-in to come. 6 games left after this one for them, and they've Aston Villa to go to. They've Tottenham in a London derby, West Ham in a London derby, trip to Forest who are battling relegation, a South Coast visit to the Amex, and then Bournemouth on the final day. So Chelsea's run-in is not going to be easy for them, looking for European football. That's more of the amount of games for Chelsea that's going to be their difficult point towards the end of the season, rather than whereas Arsenal's is the constant pressure on every game that they have now. Here's Bukayo Saka. It's Arsenal at the back here. It's also the crucial point for Arsenal is not to rush things tonight. Do the business, do your job, stick to the game plan. And if the game does become a bit frantic, just regain control, regain composure. Because Chelsea will want to make it frantic. They'll want to make it end-to-end. They'll want to make it an open game. And Arsenal playing around them beautifully here. Here's Declan Rice on the run. Into the box. Plays it up to Trossard! And with a pure arrow of a shot. With the first real massive opportunity of the game. Ruthless from the Gunners. An Arsenal lead. Lovely work. Played around Chelsea and cut through them like a knife through butter. Declan Rice, the dynamic midfielder again, winning the ball back and controlling the play like a conductor in that midfield. Gets Arsenal on the front foot and just puts a lovely ball across, just literally taps it across to Leandro Trossard, who's making that diagonal run inside from the left wing, and he just sneaks the shot with his left boot into the near post, and Petrovic completely beaten. No chance from that point of view. And a lovely goal by Leandro Trossard, and an electric start for the Gunners. 4 minutes gone. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Wowee. And you could, as the cliche goes, your keeper cannot get beaten at the near post. I mean, I don't particularly kind of subscribe to that idea, because I think it's a bit idiotic, but from those positions your keeper should be doing better. It just escapes him. I mean, he thinks he's got that side covered, and there's a gap between him and the right hand post of his goal, and Đorđe Petrović completely beaten. That's exactly the start that Arsenal would have wanted. An early advantage, bit of confidence, garner their control and their rhythm, and make it a bit more kind of shocking for Chelsea, really. Not give them enough time to react. Give yourself that lead. And when scoring first this season, Arsenal have lost just one of those 25 games. Won 22 of them. It's an incredible record for the Gunners. When they take the lead, they very, very rarely ever give it away. And this season, they almost never give it away. And they're getting free kicks as well, and that's another key battle. And we don't want to rush every single conversation point into the first 6.5 minutes, but just watching here, Arsenal winning those little battles early doors, those 50-50s, those duels, both on the ground and in the air. And they're getting free kicks. And they have one on this left-hand flank. Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice over it. Well, Arsenal not only top the table in terms of league position and points alone, they top the table in terms of goals scored from set pieces. They're the most ruthless side from set pieces this season. Odegaard with a left-footed delivery. Whipped into the box, but that one was pretty tame and easily collected by Petrović. As he went long there, Petrović. And Arsenal have it back again. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous from Partey. Odegaard. Now out to Saka. He's got White on the overlap. Chips it to White. Here's Ben White of the byline. Tried to cut it back, but Badiashile got it away. And it's attack v defence at the minute. Chelsea are at damage limitations here at the back. And Arsenal look cool as a cucumber. They do not look nervous whatsoever. There's an issue here. Tomiyasu. Just a bit of a nick from Nicholas Jackson. He's just gone down here. The Arsenal left back. But from a Chelsea point of view there, when I'm looking back at this goal and we're seeing replays of this goal, from a Chelsea point of view, it's really weak. I mean, Arsenal, yes, they're playing it around beautifully, but Chelsea are no way combating it whatsoever. They're all at least 2-3 yards off any single Arsenal player. Declan Rice plays a nice ball, should be cut out. I mean, the defender doesn't do enough. He's not aggressive enough with Declan Rice, and just allows the ball. No one tracking the wide runner, and Leandro Trossard, completely unmarked as he gets into the box. I mean, from a Chelsea point of view, very, very disappointing, I'm sure, because it looked really easy from an Arsenal point of view. They just break past Chelsea in the middle. And it's Trossard trying to win it back there. Foul on Moises Caicedo, so a free kick will go Chelsea's way. And of course, the big news, when we heard the team news about an hour and 9 minutes ago, no Cole Palmer whatsoever. As Chelsea give it away here at the back. Here's Havertz. Will he lay it off? He probably should have took the shot, really. Tried to square it across. I think it was Declan Rice he was looking for. And Havertz, caught between a rock and a hard place there. Didn't know whether to pass it off or take the shot. Here's Partey. Shot blocked. But again given away. Caicedo beaten. Here's Partey. Arsenal, red hot at the moment. All over Chelsea. Trossard. Tomiyasu. Arsenal just retreat for the moment, not rush things. But again, just poor from Chelsea. Just give it back to Arsenal simply. And Arsenal had bodies up the pitch. And I think bit of indecisiveness from Havertz. Kind of wasn't sure whether to take the shot or to pass it, and he just waits too long and to make a decision. And when he eventually decides to square it across, Chelsea do get bodies in the way and clear it away. But again, it looked really threatening from the Gunners' point of view early on here. This is exactly the confidence. If they can carry a good result out of this, 2 wins on the bounce against 2 seemingly difficult-ish teams, Arsenal could find themselves in hot vein of confidence heading into that North London derby on Sunday. They do go away to Tottenham on Sunday, Arsenal. That's one of their big tests. Tottenham will have a big say in the title race. Get back to that in a moment. Here's Trossard. Down the left, up against Alfie Gilchrist. Trossard back to Declan Rice on the edge of the box. Rice, well crowded out there by Enzo Fernandez. And he gets Chelsea on the break. Here's Noni Madueke breaking away. Nice pass. Finds Jackson. Out onto the right flank. Jackson, he's looking for options. Has to go backwards. Fernandez. Now Caicedo. Cucurella. At least it gets Chelsea up the pitch a bit. Gets them out of their own defensive third for a moment or two. Well, they've been constantly penned in for the last 11, 12 minutes or so. Fernandez. To Badiashile. Back across to Axel Disasi. Badiashile. Again, Badiashile under pressure. Not massive amounts of pressure, but a bit of pressure from the Arsenal press there, and he gives it straight to Saka. And Saka laid off Ødegaard, who is fouled, and a free kick will go Arsenal's way. Just a bit of a half press there from Arsenal, and Chelsea looked panicked, like a deer in headlights. They just did not want the ball. Nice crossfield pass by Partey. Trossard. He'll come back with it though. Gabriel. Nice Saliba. Havertz. To Ødegaard. Now out to the right hand side is Saka. Back to Ødegaard. Now down the line is Ben White on the overlap. Here is White, edge of the box, looking for the cross. Blocked off by Cucurella and out for the corner. Really good. That trio down that right hand side, Saka, White, Ødegaard, when they link up, you know, I mean, Chelsea weren't able to mark all 3 of them. They had 2 of them in control, Ødegaard and Saka, but Ben White on the overlap got a bit away from them and he won his team a corner. Saka to take the corner, right hand side. Centre backs are up for the Gunners. Saka will be an in-swinger, left footed, whipped in. Headed away by Badiashile, and it will bounce out for another corner. This time on the left-hand side. I think Dorde Petrovic was a bit hesitant on that one, but his centre-back wasn't, and he headed it away definitively. Badiashile. Rice to take the corner on the left-hand side. Takes it short. Trossard. Now Ødegaard trying to work the angle here, Arsenal. Rice. Ødegaard trying to eke that bit of space. Ødegaard's ball in, and the header was from Tomiyasu, but over the bar. Well, the movement in the box there was nice from Arsenal. The nice ball by Ødegaard right to the back post. And Tomiyasu gets above everyone else. He just can't direct it towards the ground. Kind of hits his forehead and kind of bounces over the bar, but could have been better. But a nice idea from the Japanese international, Tomiyasu. Lovely flick by Havertz. Ødegaard trying to rescue the situation as he'd lost the ball initially. Badiashile gets it away and Jackson's made the run in behind. Here is Nicholas Jackson on the break here for Chelsea. Beats Saliba. Jackson took the shot, but will get a second chance at it. Puts the cross in. And well defended by Gabriel to get it away. Has to clear it away again. But Caicedo keeps it alive. Finds Gallagher. Edge of the box. Here's Conor Gallagher. Lifts the ball across, and Madueke was in, but I think the flag went up. Or it didn't actually go up. It will go up now and give Arsenal a throw in. But the cross from Gallagher was lovely. And Noni Madueke was coming at the back post. He'd made the run, he just couldn't reach it. Just a bit too ahead of him, even a yard, if a yard ahead of Noni Madueke there. Any connection, it would have been a real problem for David Raya. But in the end, Arsenal get the throw on this left-hand side. Long throw down the line. Havertz up for the header. Couldn't keep the ball. Gallagher puts pressure in behind the Arsenal defence, but well dealt with by Saliba. And White controlling the ball. Finds Ødegaard in space. Saka down the right flank. Carried a bit wide, and Cucurella battling with him and wins that challenge. Marc Cucurella. And just receives the ball back cleanly. Jackson. Caicedo. Nice work by Jackson. Lays it off to Caicedo. Now finds Gallagher. Pacey game this at the Emirates. Arsenal with a dominant start. Scoring an early goal through Leandro Trossard. But Chelsea have found their footing a slight bit in the last few minutes. On the ball especially. Caicedo. They are forced to have it with their centre-backs again, Chelsea. Disasi. Gilchrist trying to break down the right for Chelsea. Does well to break away from the marker. Gabriel intercepting the pass. Really nice. Arsenal, everything they do, they just seem to have real calmness and composure. Although, have to say, just as I say that, commentators curse, really, because I've just seen Bukayo Saka try and play the ball back to his keeper, and he completely put it out of play. Behind the byline, corner to Chelsea. Cheap giveaway there from Arsenal. Just as I said, they had calmness and composure on the ball, and that was the exact opposite of that from Bukayo Saka. And Arsenal now have a corner to defend. Mudryk to take, left-hand side. Whips it in, flicked on, and went through. And somehow Axel Disasi couldn't connect with it. See the replay again. Nice ball in. I think it's a flick on. It is. Flicked on by Badiashile. It's almost a centre-back kind of link up there. Badiashile with a flick on the front post. And Axel Disasi sneaking in. Just couldn't connect with it. And it would have been a really good response from Chelsea. A couple of occasions. A few crosses have looked dangerous from Chelsea. Gallagher's early cross. That one from the corner. And a few times they actually had players in good positions to try and finish off those opportunities, but couldn't finish them. Half chances, I would say, though. But something for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal to keep an eye on as the night goes through. Cucurella. Mudryk dispossessed cleanly. Partey tries to get his team on the front foot. Lovely flick by Trossard. Rice tried to play it through to Havertz, but blocked off that time. It's Gallagher scrambling for the ball, but loses out to Trossard. Now Saka on the right. Taking his time. Saka with a cross. Away by Disasi. And now Caicedo can carry it away for Chelsea. They look to counter. They switch it across and over the head of Mudryk. And out for a throw-in. Unfortunately there from Chelsea. Just not the accuracy on the pass there from Moises Caicedo. And the game's kind of evened out in the last few minutes. Chelsea having a bit more of the control of the ball, a bit more possession, and able to press, and they've pressed well there as Saliba's dispossessed. And here's Gallagher through the middle. Held out. Mudryk now. Plays it across the edge of the box. Caicedo can't keep it alive. Does flick it. Lovely flick. Finds Gilchrist. Cuts it back to Madueke. Arsenal flooding the box with defensive bodies. Madueke. Gilchrist chips it across. Tomiyasu with a block. And into the hands of David Raya. In the Arsenal box there. But again, bit of frailties there from Arsenal. Bit of complacency. Centre-back dispossessed and Chelsea had a good opportunity. And in the last 5 minutes, Chelsea have had 66% of the ball, so they've had more of the possession. The last 5 minutes. Lovely turn inside from Saka. Well, looking for an option to shoot, but the shot was easily blocked. As Gabriel wins it back, and Arsenal looking to regain control. Rice takes it on the spin. Lovely from Rice! Over the bar. That would have been a beauty of a goal, but it just missed the target. From the Englishman. Lovely. Just dragged back on the spin. And he hit it with pure power, but just leaning back. Unfortunately for Declan Rice there. A couple of inches over the bar, not too much. Otherwise that would have been a lovely goal. But still 1-0 it remains. Certainly a exciting game so far. Have to say that much. In this early period of the game, halfway through the first half. And Arsenal have the only shot on target of the game so far. 5 shots for Arsenal, 1 on target. Chelsea 3 shots, none on target. So only 1 shot on target in the whole game, and it's Arsenal's, and that was the goal. So we haven't had any main clear-cut chances since that point. Of real gilt-edge opportunities for either team. Although Chelsea probably the better of it. But nicked away by Tomiyasu. Lovely flick again by Havertz. Tomiyasu again. Looked to cut it back. Ødegaard was marked, but he pushed his man out of the way. Lays it off. Finds Tomiyasu across. Saka couldn't connect. Here's White. Still alive. Partey blocked again, and Chelsea come away with it. But the absolute skill and footwork from Arsenal is sublime. As Jackson on the break here. Jackson with his pace into the box, looking for the cutback. Ooh! A deflection. Almost beats the Arsenal keeper. And it hits the outside of the post and gets a Chelsea corner. Goodness me. Jackson down the left-hand side and just beats the centre-backs for pace. And he just tries to cut it back into the box, and Gabriel there getting the block on it and almost catches his own goalkeeper out. Hit the outside of the post and behind for the Chelsea corner. Good opportunities at both ends. This is the open end-to-end type of game that the neutral wants. Mudryk with the corner. Headed away that time by Arsenal. Gallagher to recycle it. Again his cross cleared away by Saka. Recycled by Cucurella. Chipped in by Mudryk. Headed away by Gabriel, but still not fully cleared. As Ødegaard now does get it on the move. And Arsenal looking to counter. But Chelsea holding firm, and Marc Cucurella I think was pulled there according to the referee. So Chelsea will get the free kick. And of course with referees under pretty significant kind of criticism in the last few days, and somewhat rightfully so. They've been heavily criticised, these officials. Our referee this evening, Simon Hooper. VAR, Peter Banks. Here in this one. They'll be hoping they don't end up with the losing team putting out a statement, as Stuart Atwell and Anthony Taylor had to experience on Sunday after Nottingham Forest defeated Everton. Nottingham Forest left nothing kind of to the imagination, shall we say, from their multiple statements into the affairs of how they felt they were what they would call unfairly treated with those penalty decisions. Let's hope VAR don't have a stinker like they did at the weekend, because it wasn't really great. It was poor officiating. We'll not get into that here tonight, hopefully. Ødegaard. Trossard now again. Gets into the box, blocked by Gilchrist. Rice wins it back. Now Partey. Odegaard. Now feints it. Lovely work. Havertz on the spin. Saka with a shot straight at the keeper. Dodley Petrovic, who could gather. Fabulous work. Really nice, intricate play. It's the midfield for me. Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, that real link-up, that trio in midfield have run the show in these early stages for Arsenal. Lovely win back by White. Referee lets it go. Havertz with a shot. A good save by Petrovic. Cleared away. White wins it back though. Arsenal, constant pressure. Saka, across. Trossard, deflection. How did it end up in Dorde Petrovic's grasp there? Goodness me. Slice of luck for Chelsea, but Arsenal knocking on the door for a second. Rice. Trossard back to Partey. I mean, we're going to have to see a replay of this because that was a mad moment. We have a goal at the King Power Stadium as well to tell you about. We'll get there in a moment. Can't have a minute to breathe here. Here's Bukayo Saka down the right hand side into Odegaard in the box, but seen out there. Odegaard not giving it up. Lovely ball in behind to Saka. Back to Odegaard. Odegaard to the back post. Havertz across. Chelsea away. Partey to recycle again. Gabriel with a mad kind of ball forward. As Ben White was battling. Mudryk tracking back and doing well to get Chelsea clear of danger. Let's get to that game at the King Power Stadium then. Leicester can go 4 points clear at the top of the Championship with a win tonight. And they have the lead. Leicester City, the Foxes, Enzo Maresca's side lead, and it's Abdul Fatawu that gives them the lead. Leicester 1, Southampton 0 at the King Power. Here's Saka turning inside and out, but Cucurella held on. Arsenal look absolutely ruthless. They look unbelievable. Their ability, their control of the ball, and just the tenacity, the initiative to consistently just use bits of skill and look so composed and controlled in attack. I mean, Chelsea look like a boys' club at the minute. A boys' team. A young boys' team. In their defensive frailties because Arsenal are making them look like that. The way they're playing. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Trying to relieve the pressure on the Chelsea defence. And carry it through midfield. Time and space on the ball. Lays it off to Gilchrist. Badiashile. And Chelsea look a bit lacking of ideas there. They played the ball to Jackson. He does take the free kick quickly. The referee allows it. Chelsea wanting to kind of inject a bit of pace, but they end up right back where they started, really. With Enzo Fernandez. And when they've got this control of the ball, they don't look as threatening. Struggling to find those passes. That's a nice one from Fernandez. Nice give and go with Madueke, and Madueke with the pace. Looking for the cutback. Cucurella's at the back post. Cucurella! Blocked. Cucurella again. Enzo Fernandez! Just wide. Just as I talked about Chelsea looking a bit unable to play forward. That was lovely work. Enzo Fernandez with a nice ball out to Madueke. Linked up with Gallagher well. Gallagher sent him on the run on the give and go. Madueke got to the byline, cut it back. The shot comes all the way, or the ball comes all the way through to Cucurella. His shot blocked. Then he recycles it, cuts it to the edge of the box to Enzo Fernandez, who shoots, and it's just narrowly wide by about a yard of that left post from the Chelsea midfielder. But Chelsea very close to a leveller there. "30 minutes gone here at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Leandro Trossard's goal the difference, but both sides have looked like they want to add to the goal scoring so far. Chelsea have shown a few glimpses on occasion. Arsenal look really scintillating in attack. Maybe a few unfortunate finishes to their attacking displays on occasion has denied them that extra goal that they probably deserve. But at the moment it still remains 1. Here's Madueke. Nice link up with Fernandez. Back to Axel Disasi, and now Badiashile. Shield. Fernandez over the top, but that's a bit too narrow as Tomiyasu deals with it. Rice under pressure though, and Gabriel calm as you like at the back with a lovely ball into Odegaard in midfield, spinning his way through again, and Odegaard tried to play it in behind. Saka just a bit wide. But really, Arsenal won it back again. Trossard finds the run of Havertz. Havertz chips it into the box. Saka was going for it. Cucurella got the header, and Saka deemed to have fouled Cucurella in the box and trying to go for the ball there. And Chelsea will get the free kick. And of course, the close connection between the two managers, Mikel Arteta and Mauricio Pochettino. Mikel Arteta making kind of a lot of praise, I have to say, from Mauricio Pochettino in his pre-match press conference yesterday. Spoke with great words for his opposing manager in the opposite dugout. White with a throw in. Havertz with a high ball that. As Havertz tries to battle for it back, but Chelsea get it away. Blocked off that time by Tomiyasu. Stepping in. Trossard. Tomiyasu in the box. Goes back to Trossard. May have up a shot from distance there, Trossard, but actually does take a deflection, so it's a nice idea by Trossard. Just thought it dribbled wide, but it did take a deflection which took the pace off the ball, and Arsenal will have another set piece to try and test Chelsea's defence. The Chelsea defence that I talked about can score goal, or a Chelsea team that can score goals, 61. They do like to concede them as well. 53 goals conceded. Only one team in the top half has conceded more. Here's Saka from distance over the bar. West Ham are the only team conceded more than Chelsea in the top half of the table. West Ham have conceded 63 goals. A wonderful amount. Certainly not from David Moyes' point of view. A wonderful amount. But it's Chelsea's goal scoring ability, and especially with Cole Palmer. And I mean, I know he's not here tonight, but he has been an absolute superstar for Chelsea in recent games. He scored his first senior hat-trick in Chelsea's win over Manchester United in that crazy game at Stamford Bridge at the start of this month. Scored his first senior hat-trick, then got 4 in their following home game against Everton in that 6-0 victory. 8 days ago that was. Alfie Gilchrist was on the score sheet as well as Nicholas Jackson, and Cole Palmer with the other 4 goals. But enough about Palmer. He's not here tonight. Chelsea have to do this goal scoring without him. And one of the stadiums, one of the most difficult stadiums in the country at the moment, against one of the most defensively strong teams in the league this season. Saka brought to the floor by Cucurella, and to back that up, Arsenal 15 clean sheets in the Premier League this season. That's 5 more than any other team in the league. Here's Leandro Trossard trying to add to the advantage. Looking for the cross, but just too high for Havertz and Saka in there. Although White will gather. On the right hand side, last 10 minutes of the first half, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. And as it stands, Arsenal will not be toppled if they win this, they will stay top at least until the weekend. No matter what happens between in Liverpool's game or Man City's game tomorrow and Thursday. Arsenal with a win know that they can stay top. But of course Manchester City have a game in hand on Arsenal and Liverpool, which they will play in the final week of the season, so we'll not know what that truly means, or what the real true kind of level playing field is until we head into that final game of the season. And by that point, depending on what way results go, the title could already be decided. Let's hope not. What a cracking final day it would be if the title isn't decided. That would be a real blockbuster end to this wonderful season. Arsenal with a throw in. White with a throw in down the line. It's blocked out, and Cucurella deemed to have had the last touch. I don't think he agrees with the assistant. He's making his fury known there, Marc Cucurella, and I think the referee's just going to have a chat with the Chelsea left back about the decision. Just probably telling him to calm down. I think he might need to. I mean, for me, initially, look at the replay. I still don't see where Marc Cucurella's had the final touch. I think that was a Chelsea throw, but the officials disagree, and Arsenal will have the throw in. White will take it again. Finds Havertz, but again, back there was Badiashile to pump it away up the pitch for Chelsea. And a weird bounce of the ball there helps Chelsea on their way as Jackson tried to feed in Madueke. And then a good clearance there by Gabriel, and Arsenal, I think, will win the throw-in here off Alfie Gilchrist. Incredible endeavour from Leandro Trossard there. A ball that could have been lost. He fought for it, and he won the throw-in. Incredible endeavour from Leandro Trossard there. Fighting for every single ball. That's another mark of champions. Here's Rice. Pep to the ball, but a through ball there from Partey, but given away once again. As Chelsea have it at the back here with Axel Disasi. Gilchrist. Nice touch in field. Gallagher. Just trying to get a few more touches on the ball, Chelsea. And at this rate, they're not out of the game. Very far from it. We've seen Arsenal ride a very tight, kind of thin line with Wolves at the weekend, leading by 1-0 for the vast majority of the game, before they did get their second goal in the 95th minute from their captain to seal the deal, but they weren't the most comfortable. Wasn't the most comfortable of leads. Here's Fernandes with the ball in, bouncing around, and goodness me, it took a bounce, and I just thought it might have fell for Gallagher, but Raya was calm and controlled and gathered it easily, but just for a second there, I thought it might have caught the Arsenal defence out. Here comes Havertz down the other end. A bit of space for him to break into. A bit of a hospital pass to Trossard there, and Arsenal give the ball away. Jackson. Down the right-hand side. Making a diagonal run infield. Lays it off now. Gallagher looking for the cut back, but Rice was unknowns to that all day long and cut it out easily as Trossard is beaten there by Gilchrist off the ball. Here comes Havertz on the counter, and Caicedo can nick it away, and the referee will play on because they had the advantage. There, Arsenal. It was Gilchrist and Trossard that were in the battle. I noticed it just as I seen Havertz carry the ball away. Just seen Gilchrist just put a real battle, just a real shove on Trossard, making sure he knows that he's there. And that is a sure battle that will continue to rumble on throughout the night. 40.5 minutes gone. A narrow lead for the Gunners. And in the early minutes, after they'd scored inside 4 minutes with their first chance, I thought this could be a long night for Chelsea. But they've actually responded well. And they've got the foothold in the game. They've given themselves a bit of output. A lovely cross by Gallagher. And then a real tame header by Jackson. But I think there might have been a foul in there, or a impediment of some sort. Lovely cross by Gallagher. Another nice whip ball. And Jackson just makes the run off the defender. It just comes off his hand, I think. He's got to head that ball. He kind of hits his head, but bounces off his head and onto his hand, and then heads towards the goalkeeper. It's kind of more of a header down to his hand, and he tried to palm it in, really. Should have dove for that one, Nicholas Jackson, and as he would have got a good header on it. But again, it's another occasion where Chelsea look threatening from the cross. And Arsenal have struggled to deal with those crosses at times tonight. I mean, yes, Chelsea haven't had a shot on target, and they haven't scored from any of those crosses, but they look threatening. They're getting runners in behind, and they're just kind of finding the blind side of the Arsenal centre-backs, and they're just pipping the ball away from them. Just maybe a yard off at Chelsea, if that, when they're in those positions, because the crosses are really nice. There's a yellow card coming out here, Marc Cucurella. I think he was protesting again at having a foul give against him, so the referee, after having a chat with Cucurella a few minutes ago for previous protests, he just carried the ball away. Yeah, the challenge wasn't awful. It was just Cucurella, I think, just teasing about, and he just carried the ball away and just frustrated a few Arsenal players, and I just don't think there was really any need for it. Kind of antagonising, shall we say, and he gets a booking for that from referee Simon Hooper. Don't think he can have many arguments, to be fair. Jackson tried to play it through to Mudryk. Was a deflection, so we'll get a Chelsea throw. And Mauricio Pochettino shouting at his team instructions rather than anger, because I don't think he would have many reasons to be angry with his side, because I think they've played decently well since conceding that early goal. They've responded well to Arsenal. Arsenal have had a few spells of attacks, but Chelsea have held firm. Here's Gallagher. Mudryk now down the left hand side. Mudryk chips it into the box, away by Gabriel. Nice pip by Caicedo to keep it alive. Gilchrist finds Madueke down the left, using his pace again past Tomiyasu, and the squared ball across from Madueke straight into the Arsenal goalkeeper's hands, comfortably there. They can use that pace, they can use that quality in Chelsea. Arsenal need to keep an eye on it, because they don't want to be held napping and caught napping. Last minute of the first 45 here at the Emirates this evening in this London derby. And don't forget, we've more Premier League football coming up for you tomorrow night as well. As I mentioned, four games we'll keep you watching, and live commentary of Everton against Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, as Liverpool have a chance to respond to Arsenal's result tonight. That's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Another yellow card coming out here, and it's Trossard, I think. It's getting it. Just say it again. Cucurella involved again, but yeah, Trossard just a bit late with that challenge. Just kind of inadvertently stomps on the foot of Marc Cucurella. The ball's already well gone. It's just a late challenge by Trossard, and that's what gets him the yellow card. And the referee taking no prisoners. He's just booked the Arsenal managers as well. And Mikel Arteta joins his left winger in the book this evening. There we are. Referee not afraid to show a yellow. Here's Madueke. Using his pace again. Looks threatening, Madueke on the break, although he's just had the ball nicked away from him there by Trossard. 1 added minute at the end of this first half. We've already played half of that, so not much more to go before the interval. As the ball out to the left here for Havertz. Flag stays down. Chelsea thought he was offside, but flag stays down. Tomiyasu. Havertz. Back to Tomiyasu. I think this will be surely that. And there we are. The half-time whistle from Simon Hooper. And a first half where Arsenal started electrically. Absolutely destroying Chelsea in the first few minutes. They find their advantage inside 4 minutes with a lovely ball. Lovely link-up. 1-2 touch, intricate football in between the lines, carving Chelsea open. Declan Rice plays a nice touch ball to Trossard. Trossard on his left, finds the bottom corner, sneaks it in past Petrovic, and Arsenal have a narrow advantage. But Chelsea responded well. They would probably be the happier of the two at half-time, maybe I would say, despite being behind. And that is where we stand at the break. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Analysis on the way next.
Catch me if I fall. Messi, I'll put you in a grade 16 like Kenny. Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
Welcome back to Premier League Live this Tuesday night here on LFS. It is half-time at the Emirates Stadium. It is Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0 at the break, and a very narrow lead for the Gunners considering the way they started that half. You probably would have thought, and I certainly did, think that they might have been further ahead by this point. But credit to Chelsea, they have held on and not let the game get away from them. We will get to the second half fairly shortly. We're going to bring you the half-time stats here on the screen then for you. There we are. There is where we stand at the break then. A new graphic we're trying out. Let us know if you like it. We're trying a few new things. This is the stats at the break then. Arsenal have had 43% possession. Now you think about it, the way Arsenal play, the football that Arsenal like to play, they like to control the ball, they like to have it. Now they like to play quick. But Chelsea, inadvertently and against the run of play, have actually had more possession. And deservedly so in moments. They have controlled more of the ball, Chelsea, 57% to Arsenal's 43%. But contrastingly though, despite Chelsea having more possession, they've actually had a lot less shots. Arsenal 13 attempts in that first half. That's one of the most the highest number of attempts in a first half this season. The highest is 14, set by Liverpool. So in their game against Newcastle, so Arsenal certainly following that up. They've had 3 shots on target, Arsenal, including their goal. Chelsea without a shot on target from their 5 attempts. And the corners, pretty similar. 3 corners for Arsenal, 2 for Chelsea. And the XG as well, pretty similar. 1.27 for Arsenal, 1.21 for Chelsea. That is the first half. Stats then for you. And we're going to leave those up while we analyse what's going on. I'll bring you up to state with a few other stats as well, what we don't have on the screen. There was 2 offsides in that first half. Arsenal had both of those. 3 yellow cards, 2 for Chelsea, 1 for Arsenal, including their manager was also booked in that first half as well. The Gunners. Interestingly enough, Chelsea have had 1 big chance, which they missed. Arsenal haven't created a big chance according to the stats so far, which is interesting indeed. The passing, Chelsea have had more passes, of course, 301 passes to Arsenal's 221, and the same passing accuracy of 87% for both teams. So that's where we stand in this first half. Really, at half time, I mean, I said just before we went to the break there that I think Chelsea would be the happier, and I want to just kind of put context around that. Of course, Arsenal would be the happier team with the scoreline as it is. Obviously, that goes without saying. Of course it does, but in what I mean by that, in terms of how they responded, Chelsea, to going behind, to being in a difficult position against a team away from home, an Arsenal side going for the title, and when you concede early, teams can crumble. You can crumble, you can fall under the pressure and say, do you know what, this isn't our fight this season. And not kind of give up, but kind of say, we're not going to go gung-ho here. We're going to try and see this out and kind of hold our own for a good 20 minutes. And they kind of did that in a way, Chelsea, in that first half. They didn't throw themselves at it. They allowed Arsenal to have a bit more of the ball at times, and then once they got confident that they were okay with that and dealing with Arsenal's threat, they kind of opened up themselves, and that's how they got more of the ball. They got more comfortable on it, and early in those first few minutes, Chelsea looked really, really kind of nervy on the ball. I mean, I remember one where there was a half press from Arsenal, a literal, not even a full press, a half press, and Thaddeus Shield just literally played it straight to Martin Odegaard, and you think that's panic, that's pressure. But I think Chelsea kind of eradicated that as the half went on. They got more calmer on the ball. They kind of got their attacking, more threatening, creative players on the ball, the likes of a Conor Gallagher, an Enzo Fernandez, Noni Madueke, amongst those. More particularly on that right-hand side, I think they looked more of a threat at Chelsea on occasion. I think Gallagher and Madueke linking up on that right-hand side has caused a few issues for Chelsea or for Arsenal defensively. And as I mentioned, those crosses in that first half. I mean, I want to look at how many crosses Chelsea actually had in that first half. I wouldn't be astronomical. Can I get that stat? They had 10 crosses, 2 of which came about. Arsenal had 9 crosses, so pretty similar in terms of crosses. But those 2 big crosses that worked out, that were accurate from Chelsea, one from the left-hand side, both by Conor Gallagher, interestingly enough. One from the left-hand side, Madueke was just a yard behind it, really threatening, and he snuck in behind the defence. And then on the right-hand side, the cross comes in, and this time it was Nicholas Jackson. He just couldn't head it towards goal. And those 2 crosses that worked out for Chelsea, from what I can see, Arsenal maybe a bit caught out from those on occasion, and maybe that's a worry, something to keep an eye on. I mentioned it multiple times, and if it works out, I will be chuffed to bits because I will have noticed it, and maybe, who knows, no, that's something I'm going to keep an eye on in that second half, especially to see how Arsenal try and combat that focus in the second half. So that's our new stats graphic. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you liked it, and we will try and use it from now on. We will see if we can use it from now on. and we will have the full-time stats as well on that graphic for you later on this evening. We're going to stay on air a bit longer just to analyse a bit of Arsenal's game and to see where the title race stands after tonight's game. Second half about 6 minutes away, so you're not going to miss anything. Don't worry. Here on LFS, we'll run you through the rest of these games, but first, let's have a look at half-time at the King Power Stadium. In the Championship now, Leicester also going for a title. They're looking to get back into the Premier League and looking to take a real gap in the title race in the Championship. They will go 4 points clear tonight, Leicester, with a win this evening against Southampton. Their 30th of the season it will be, and they're on course for that. They lead by 1-0 at half-time against the Saints. Abdul Fatawu with the goal, giving Leicester that 1-goal lead, and Fatawu's fourth league goal of the season, so not massive amounts of output, but it's his fourth goal, and it could be a massively crucial goal in terms of Leicester's promotion hopes, and even better than that, title hopes for the Championship. Leeds in second on 90 points. Leicester will be on 94 points. Leicester can still get 100 points this season if they win their last 3 games. They can get 100 points. Interestingly enough, just a nice stat that I wanted to bring up. As it stands, with this win, they will be on 94 points. Leeds on 90 points, same number of games. Ipswich on 89, but Ipswich haven't played yet, so they're on 43 games, so they still have to play, of course, so they can go above Leeds when they play. Ipswich, defeat for Southampton tonight would more or less end their any hopes of an automatic promotion, because they would be 6 points behind second place Leeds with only 6 points left to play for, so it would be nigh on impossible. They would have to hope that Ipswich and Leeds both lose all of the rest of their games and hope that they win the rest of their last 2 games, Southampton, to have any chance at an automatic promotion place, and a big goal difference swing would be needed as well. So a defeat would almost confirm, if not confirms, playoffs for Southampton. Right, to the Premier League. Back to the Premier League action here. Arsenal 1 up against Chelsea. Tomorrow night, Wolves face Bournemouth in that clash in mid-table between those 2 teams. Don't think Europe is going to be a concern for either of these at this stage, although it's not out of the question for Wolves. They're still in that battle. Who knows? Bournemouth in the bottom of the table, but can also keep a grip on the top half as well with a win. Crystal Palace, well, they're 2 wins in a row for them under Oliver Glasner. They're looking to keep that run going, and they welcome Newcastle tomorrow night. Newcastle side who are in 6th at the moment, and they can close the gap to Spurs to just 7 points with a win tomorrow night. Newcastle. Crystal Palace can really try and close the gap on the teams above them and cruise towards mid-table. They're safe from relegation surely at this point, Palace. No problems there. Merseyside derby as well tomorrow night, Everton and Liverpool. For you, Everton not out of the water just yet. They're 5 points clear. Their game in hand is that game tomorrow night, so they will lose that advantage over the teams below them, but if they can get points, that would be huge. Liverpool want to win for their title race chances. Manchester United who welcome Sheffield United, and Sheffield United could find themselves in a very difficult position, and by the weekend could find themselves on the verge of relegation if results go against them this weekend. If they lose against Manchester United tomorrow night, they won't be relegated. Just to confirm, they will still be available for safety, but if Forest win at the weekend, and so that Sheffield United fail to win, then they will be relegated at the weekend, Sheffield United, but that is if they lose tomorrow night as well. And then Thursday night, Brighton against Manchester City. Right, while we're at half-time, we're going to tell you what's coming up in May here in the Premier League. Not just in the Premier League, here in LFS, I meant. Here we are. There's the graphics. We've gone all out in our graphics today. I love this. 3 games, 3 important moments in the next month for you. The final day of the Championship. It's all coming to a crunch, and that's next Saturday the 4th of May, 12:30. All 12 games kicking off at 12:30. We'll be live for that on the final day. All the permutations here on LFS. The semi-finals of the Champions League as well over the next 2 midweeks to come, next midweek and the midweek after, to see who will be battling it out at Wembley for the Champions League, and Premier League final day action on the 19th of May. That's a bit of time away, but just to pre-warn you, that's when that will be, 4 o'clock on that Sunday. Right, second half on the way from the Emirates. Do stay with us.
Messi, I'll put you in a grade 16 like Kenny.
Welcome back to Premier League Live this evening. Second half on the way in a moment from the Emirates. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications. We're on the road to 23,000. We're less than 200 subscribers away. Any help you can give us, it would be greatly appreciated. Do hit that subscribe button. Do hit the like button. It does help us massively. And hit those notification bells if you do not want to miss a stream, because we're at the crunch point of the season and you do not want to miss a single moment of it. We will have it all covered here on LFS over the next month and a half. Right, both sets of teams out for the second half here at the Emirates. Chelsea kept themselves in it in that first half and maybe did themselves no damage at all in terms of their attacking display. Didn't do Arsenal much damage, but they're still in the game. Arsenal want to take advantage. They have the lead, they want to better it, and they will have another 45 minutes to do so. This is the point in the season where performances don't matter. Results are what is key. And it's what some players would call a race to the line. A race to the finish. That's what it is in the title race. Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester City all bidding for it. And what colour ribbons will be on that trophy in a few weeks' time. Still a bit to go and twists and turns will come. Here's Madueke for Chelsea, who want to start the second half pretty well and put early pressure on Arsenal, and ideally Chelsea would love an equaliser. They failed to score against Manchester City at the weekend, and they arguably had the better chances in that FA Cup semi-final, but lack of clinical edge, lack of finishing ability from Chelsea at the weekend let them down. Oh, that's a good nick away by Madueke, but Jackson beaten off the ball. But I think they're going to get a free kick here, Chelsea. Thomas Partey deemed to have fouled Nicholas Jackson, so Chelsea will get an early free kick. Partey just beaten off the ball by Jackson initially, laid it off with Madueke. Madueke back to Jackson, and then Partey just stretching for it, and he does kind of clip the right ankle of Nicholas Jackson, so it is a foul. No doubts. No doubts there. Jackson just getting back to his feet, feeling the pain of that one. Conor Gallagher over this free kick. We saw an absolute beauty of a free kick on Sunday afternoon at Craven Cottage. This one's a bit further out. A good bit further out. I think this is about 30 yards or something. 30 odd yards. As a chip ball comes in from Gallagher, cleared away by Arsenal. All the way back it comes to Conor Gallagher. Gilchrist. Now Enzo Fernandez. Can only go backwards though. Pretty anticlimactic free kick. It was pretty comfortably dealt with by the Gunners there. One header clear. Arsenal or Chelsea have kept the ball for the moment. Here is Gallagher running through, try to play the ball through, looking for Mykhailo Mudryk there, but couldn't execute the pass. And Arsenal have it at the back. Saliba over the top as Havertz tried to spin away from Badiashile, but well held by the Chelsea defender and wins the ball back comfortably. Fernandez. Back to Badiashile. Gallagher. Beaten to it. Rice with a pep ball. Trossard finds Rice. Big save by Petrovic. And then cleared away by Cucurella. Wonderful. Really good from Declan Rice to just kind of sneak and pounce upon that Conor Gallagher. Kind of the pressure on Conor Gallagher. The poor pass by Badiashile. Latches upon it, does Rice. Lays it off to Ødegaard, and Ødegaard just feeds him in. And Rice just tries to go across goal from the right angle. And it's a decent save by Petrovic to deny him. He had a shot in that first half, Rice. That one was on target, though. This time round, the first one was just agonisingly off target, but that one was better. Rice. Ødegaard running through. Beats his man, Ødegaard. Tried to go for goal, but couldn't keep it down. The Arsenal captain, but it does get the crowd going, and Mikel Arteta trying to conduct the crowd into creating more noise and helping their team in this period. Lovely back heel flick by Trossard. Rice now, a bit isolated on the left. He'll look for a hopeful ball to Trossard. He does keep it in. Trying to link up with Tomiyasu, but cut out by Gallagher. Incredible by Rice to win it back, though. Partey tried to squeeze it through for Ødegaard, but heavy touch by Gallagher allows Arsenal back on the ball. Silly giveaway there from Chelsea. Saka. Now Ødegaard. White on the right hand side. Back to Martin Ødegaard. Feints it in behind. Havertz! Oh! How did it not find the back of the net there? I think that was an outstanding save. Just say it again. Ødegaard with an absolute feinted ball. No one had any idea about it. The only man inside the Emirates that had a clue what was happening was Havertz, and he made a nice touch with it. Really nice right-footed instep shot, and what a save by Petrovic. And he deflects off his kind of inner thigh and goes out for the corner of the Chelsea keeper. As Cucurella was down in the boxes. Saka setting up for this corner on the right-hand side. Good start to the second half from Arsenal, who look to add to their one-goal lead. Bukayo Saka to try and help them on their course. From the corner. Goes short to Ødegaard. Back to Saka, who's in space. Saka now. Declan Rice! Then the follow-up is in! Ben White! The first to react from the rebound, and it finds the back of the net. Ben White with a lovely finish. Cool, calm, composed. And Arsenal double their lead. A really good start to the second half from the Gunners. And just as they did in the first half, they score within the first couple of minutes. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 0. It all comes from the corner. Chelsea get all muddled up defending the corner. They take it short, Arsenal. And the shot from Rice, it doesn't take a deflection. I thought the goalkeeper had saved it. We'll just say it again. It takes a massive deflection. Bit of luck for Arsenal, but the first to respond, the first to kind of react was Ben White. Knew exactly what to do and just side-footed it past Đorđe Petrovic and into the back of the Chelsea net. Really nice finish. And his third goal this season for the Arsenal right back, stepping up in the crucial moments to double Arsenal's lead and to carry them even further with a bit of headroom, a bit of daylight now in the score sheet and on the scoreline, and a bit of daylight now for Arsenal at the top of the Premier League table, who now sit 3 points clear And that goal difference is going even further in their favour. Here's Havertz, wanting to add to it. Here's Odegaard. Not done yet, Arsenal. White, Odegaard, Havertz. White was dragged down, but Havertz will play the advantage. Odegaard, and trying to link it up. Chelsea block it away through Gallagher to clear it away. How did Chelsea react to this now? 2-0 down. And definitely chasing the game, but you don't want to chase it too much and leave yourself open to a real bad night defensively, because Arsenal will not let any chance bypass them. They've really been scintillating at times tonight, Arsenal, on the ball. 1-2 touch football that's at the best of times indefensible. Even the best defenders struggle. And Arsenal have looked crisp. Have looked absolutely sensational and well worthy of top of the table. Well worthy of a 3-point gap as well at the top as it stands. And Chelsea at the moment losing grip on those European places. That was a good block by Badiashile as Odegaard tried to play it in behind for Saka. Here's Havertz to bring it down. I think he's been very good as well, Kai Havertz. He's managed that kind of centre-forward role fairly well. I mean, he's not an out-and-out striker, but he's also not a deep player as well. He's kind of managed both roles pretty well tonight. That false nine, where we've seen kind of Mikel Arteta dip in and out of that kind of tactic with Kai Havertz this season, over the last few games especially, kind of keeping him in and out of that role game after game, switching it up, and he's really managed that well. He's dropped deep when he needed to, he's held the ball up when he's needed to, and he's been in the right positions as a striker to try and take opportunities when he's needed to. Kai Havertz, he's been really good in that role tonight. But I have to say, Arsenal's midfield have been absolutely top tier. I mean, those three midfielders, Rice, Partey, Odegaard, I mentioned it in the first half, but just watching them just kind of stroke the ball about the pitch with little kind of obstacle to it. Just pure beauty, pure poetry with the football. It's glistening in that Arsenal midfield. I mean, Partey was such a big player in their kind of title charge last season. He's been injured for a lot of this season, and Arsenal have had to kind of find backups, but those backups have dealt with it well. What a ball by Odegaard. Here's Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, 3-0, and he's on the score sheet against his old club. Kai Havertz adds to Arsenal's lead. What a ball by his captain, Martin Odegaard. But Kai Havertz still had a lot of work to do, and he delivered with pure quality and ability. Lovely finish with pure venom from Kai Havertz, just as I was praising him for his contributions on that forward line tonight. Well, he's delivered on the score sheet against his former club. But that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful from Kai Havertz. But more importantly, from Martin Odegaard, the vision to find that pass and to put it on a sixpence, to get it right onto that foot, to allow Kai Havertz to take a nice first touch, to take it in his stride. The pass is absolutely exquisite from the Arsenal captain. Wonderful from the Norwegian. And it's just a lovely goal by Kai Havertz. Really, you know, strikers, when they score goals, you can always tell by the way they finish as to what kind of feeling they have in themselves, how confident they are. And that goal just showed that confidence is absolutely flowing through Kai Havertz with pure abundance. And it's a lovely goal by the man, the German, on the score sheet as I've mentioned, against the team that he used to play for. His first goal since the 3-0 win away at Brighton. He got a goal and an assist on that night. His first goal at the Emirates since a 2-1 win over Brentford in early March. That was on a run of 4 straight games on the score sheet. Kai Havertz at that point. So when he does score, he tends to keep himself in good form and make it a run. Kai Havertz. And Chelsea really just haven't had any match for Arsenal in this second half. And I mean, to say at half-time Chelsea had kept themselves in it, they'd actually given themselves a bit of hope in attacking areas. They maybe could have got an early equaliser in the second half and maybe tested Arsenal. But Arsenal have come out this second half absolutely firing and have gone up another level, if not another 2 levels, because they've gone to a complete astronomical level. They've been incredible tonight, Arsenal. Chelsea absolutely no match. And what a ball by Saka, and they're in again. Here's Trossard. He's got Havertz along with him, but Trossard wants to go himself, running into bodies, still keeps it alive, but Badiashile can get it away. Although that ball, pipped to by Tomiyasu, gets it into the box, chips it to the back post. Havertz with the control, on the spin. Back to Ødegaard, called to shoot, does shoot, blocked. Partey with a shot blocked again. Partey retrieves it. Arsenal really wanting to add to their goal difference. Another ball in. And again, Gilchrist up there at the back post to head it behind. And there's a goal kick that's been given here to Chelsea. Alpha Gilchrist was making that claim, and the officials agreed with him. I'm just seeing a replay before that third Arsenal goal about maybe a possible foul by Gabriel on Madueke, but I mean, they should defend it better, Chelsea. Here's Madueke, though. He beats Tomiyasu. Madueke plays in. Jackson in! Hits the side netting from literally 3 yards. How can you miss from there? What's going on? Lovely from Madueke. Uses his physical kind of power, gets away from Tomiyasu, and just an unbelievable pass straight through to Jackson. And Jackson, the goal gaping at him from 3 yards, and the keeper kind of puts him off. I think that's the only excuse you can really have. It's the side netting. Wow. He was the talk of the town at Wembley at the weekend in the capital. He seems to be the talk of the town here in North London at the Emirates tonight there, because that's a huge opportunity missed. Would have been a real lifeline for Chelsea, however slim it may be, but a goal can change this. You never know. And it looks like the only team that's going to score is going to be Arsenal, as it stands anyway. And their goal difference is just getting better and better by the minute, Arsenal. Plus 54 now. That's 11 better than Liverpool and 10 better than Manchester City. They've absolutely kicked that, made that no battle whatsoever. They have absolutely destroyed the goal difference. It's their strong defence that have helped them through massive occasions, massive moments in those tight games, but this one at the moment in terms of the scoreline is certainly not tight. Gilchrist, as Chelsea have a bit more of the ball at the moment. Fernandez. Gallagher with a nice touch in the middle. In the box, Gallagher cross. There's a bit of a header in there by Gabriel and actually bounces out to Havertz. So Chelsea's attack comes to a pretty quick conclusion. Partey. 1-2 touch. Again by Arsenal breaking out of that press. Tomiyasu. Partey. Back to Gabriel. Again, passing it around Arsenal. Waiting for the right moment. That's lovely by Trossard. Finds Rice. Now Tomiyasu. And their passing has been absolutely unreal, Arsenal. You could just watch this all day long. It's really nice football. Odegaard. Down the right-hand side they come again. And the Olays are right here from the Arsenal fans. They're loving this. Here's Saka in the box. Back to Havertz. Trying to find Odegaard there. And that would have been one of the best team goals. But just let him down there, Havertz. In the end. Here they come again, though. Saka into the box. Saka to Havertz. Havertz has time and space and gets another one. Lovely goal off the inside of the right post. Chelsea, no companion, no defending whatsoever there. And Arsenal take full advantage. I would say the assist basically came from Chelsea there because they allowed Arsenal the freedom of North London. Ball down the right-hand side. Saka tight offside, but I think he's on. Saka chops back onto his left. Again, criminal. Never let Saka chop on his left. Squares it right across. Havertz time and space inside the box. I mean, he's time to cook himself a 4-course meal here in the box. He's got that much time. Left-footed ball. And just inside the right post. Petrovic rooted. No chance for him. And a really nice goal from Kai Havertz to add another to his tally and another to Arsenal's as well to boot. Arsenal 4, Chelsea 0, and there's still 25 minutes to go. To call it an easy night for the Gunners would be an understatement, I would say. But they've gone up a couple of gears here in this second half because they have blown Chelsea out of the water with their attacking display, Arsenal. And Chelsea have been no match. And they are making a double change here as well, Chelsea. So Mikhailo Mudryk and Enzo Fernandez are being replaced. They're being replaced by Raheem Sterling and Trevor Chalobah. So they may be, I mean, I'll figure it out, but maybe a back three from Chelsea? It looks like it. Badiashile, Chalobah and Disasi in a kind of back three with Cucurella and Gilchrist as wing backs. Here is Alfie Gilchrist, so a back three, back fives for Chelsea. As Mauricio Pochettino doesn't want this to get any worse. And Partey again, battling with Raheem Sterling. That first battle of the night between those two, and Sterling wins the free kick for Chelsea from not a bad distance. As just as Chelsea made a double sub, Arsenal are going to follow suit. But if you thought that the team on the pitch tonight, the players on the pitch were ruthless, well, here come two more. Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli are coming on for Arsenal. And if the Chelsea defenders were a bit dazed and kind of all over the place beforehand, fresh legs, fresh quality, fresh threat for the Chelsea defence to deal with. But they're on the attack here. They've got the free kick. They've got a chance to try and test David Raya. Still without a shot on target tonight, the Blues. And Raheem Sterling with his first opportunity to try and give them a bit of a consolation. Sterling! Straight down the throat of David Raya. At least it's a shot on target, you could say. There was no pace behind the ball, though. He got it up and down over the wall, but nothing more, nothing less, really. Simple catch for David Raya in the end. No real test. Lovely from Tomiyasu. Rice. Now Partey. Arsenal just running rings around Chelsea. Lovely from Odegaard. Absolutely golden from the midfielder. He's been... I don't know what he's had, but... I mean, if there's something in that pre-match meal for Arsenal, because... I mean, what? My goodness me. Incredible stuff from Arsenal so far tonight. And that right-hand side especially. I mean... Not discrediting any of the Arsenal players tonight. They've all, to a man, been absolutely excellent. But that right-hand side in particular, Saka, Odegaard, White, Havertz, really just looking as fluid as ever. Here is Saka, up against Cucurella. Saka cuts it back now. Chipped into the box by Odegaard. White across. Oh! What a finish! I don't know if it took a deflection or what, but it's in the back of the net nonetheless, and Ben White's off celebrating. Wonderful. And a back five or not, Chelsea just cannot stop this Arsenal team no matter what they do. And another one in the back of the net for the glistening Gunners. Again, another nice pass. Saka on the right-hand side again. Cucurella doesn't engage, just lets him run in. Pulls it back to Odegaard. And this pass of unbelievable quality. Over the top of the defence. And White with a run in behind, well onside. And I think he's just trying to cross it. Not trying to take it away from him, but he just kind of toe pokes it. And it just finds the back of the net. I mean, that's just sensational stuff. And you can't help but, like, smile at that, because that's wonderful. And I don't think he meant it. And I think that's what his teammates are asking. Did you mean that? If he's being honest, I think he would say no, but... I mean... You'll not be complaining. He's got a brace tonight. He's on course for a hat-trick, Ben White. Who'd have thought? Well, a man who's also on a brace. He's not on... Won't get a hat-trick. Kai Havertz. Great display against his former team. He's coming off. And he will be joined by Leandro Trossard, who will open the scoring tonight. Trossard inside 4 minutes. So Havertz and Trossard off. And just to make it even easier for Chelsea, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli are going to come on as well. Why not? And they're going to add an extra change to that as well. An extra double change to that, Arsenal. They're making a hatful of changes here. Jorginho and Zinchenko are also coming on. And they're going to replace Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey and Takahiro Tomiyasu. So, in full, the changes are as follows for Arsenal. All coming off are Tomiyasu, Partey, Havertz and Trossard. Coming on in their places, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Martinelli and Jesus. Actually, not Jesus, Nketiah, I think. Because it came up on my screen, Nketiah. I mean, if I see the number 9, I know it's Jesus. But the number 14 seemed to come up on my screen. I'll keep an eye out. I mean, it won't be long. If Arsenal come on the attack, it won't be long before I figure it out. It is Jesus. It's not Nketiah. Apologies. So I was right the first time. So the graphic was wrong. But again, no matter what, it's just going to be a dreadful night for Chelsea. They delivered an absolutely dreadful night for the visiting Everton to Stamford Bridge last Monday. Well, they're being beaten with their own paddle here, Chelsea. Getting a taste of their own medicine against one of their London rivals. They've been put to the sword in this second half, quite sensationally so by the Gunners. Although, they want to deny them a clean sheet as Madueke's through, and great work from David Araya to come and collect and deny the Chelsea man a consolation that would deny Arsenal a clean sheet. And you never know. It's not out of the question. Ben White could score a hat-trick tonight. I mean, if anybody would have put a bet on that, I'm sure it would have been about 1,000 to 1 or something crazy. Or even worse, even crazier odds than that, I would say, for the right back to score a hat-trick. As probably rare could be. But it's a realistic probability. It could happen. Here's Trevor Chalobah for Chelsea. Probably one of his first touches. Zinchenko trying to intercept. Madueke picks it up in the middle. Trying to get Chelsea going on the front foot. Cucurella. Sterling. Referee plays advantages. Cucurella was taken down off the ball. Madueke picks it up now. Lays it off to Sterling as Rice chasing around and battling for every ball, but Gallagher will get the loose one. Jackson. Gallagher. Gilchrist. Now Disasi and Arsenal in their shape, and Chelsea having to go backwards slightly. As there's not much space for them to try and exploit now. With all this craziness, I haven't been able to get back to the Championship game. There has been another goal, by the way, in the Championship, so apologies for the delayed kind of reaction to that and the delayed information to that. About 10 minutes ago, Leicester doubled their lead, so they now lead by 2-0, and they're one step closer to lifting the Championship title. They're 4 points clear, 2 games to go. Ipswich can close the gap on them to 2 points if they beat Hull. I think their next game is. It is indeed. If they can beat Hull away from home, Ipswich, they can close the gap to 2 points with all 2 games remaining. But Leicester putting themselves right in the hot seat for a Championship title and straight automatic promotion to the Premier League. They lead by 2-0. The second goal, by the way, from Wilfred Ndidi. Jackson given absolutely nothing there, and the ball will run out. I think they've given a corner here, have they? Gabriel celebrating that defending. That's why Arsenal have 15 clean sheets this season. That is a goal kick. That's why they've 15 clean sheets, because every single tackle, every single challenge, every single defensive moment is a massive kind of celebration for Arsenal. It's like a togetherness defensively, and Mikel Arteta spoke about it prior to the game, about the team's defensive record, and he said, we've defended as a team this season. And I think that's one of the key kind of differences this season from last season in Arsenal's title race. They are so strong at the back. And the fact that they kept William Saliba fit, and the fact that they've stayed so solid at the back, Arsenal, all season, so consistent with the defenders. They have been so strong defensively. To take it into consideration, to put it into context, 26 goals conceded this season in their 33 previous games. They are 6 better off than the 2 next opponent to that, and they are Liverpool and Man City, who have both conceded 32. They have been wonderful defensively, Arsenal, this season. Less than 1 goal per game. That's why they've 15 clean sheets. Might be on course for a 16th here. That will be almost half of their games they've kept clean sheets this season, which is an amazing feat. Chelsea going to make more changes then, just to make sure this already bad night is not going to get any worse. As Alfie Gilchrist leaves the pitch, he's going to be replaced by Thiago Silva. And I think it's Cesar Casadei, I think, is coming on. It's Noni Madueke that's making way. And it is Cesar Casadei that will come on in his place. So Thiago Silva and Casadei on, replacing Noni Madueke and Alfie Gilchrist for Chelsea. I mean, at this point, who do I give player of the match to? I mean, it's a good problem to have, but do you want to have that problem? Because it could be any of the Arsenal players tonight. The one player I think it won't go to is David Raya. I can definitively say that because he's had very little to do tonight. He's had one shot on target to face, and that was the Raheem Sterling kind of free kick that was literally just chipped towards him. Simple as you like, but he's not had much to do, David Raya. At all, really. Especially in the second half. We have another goal at the King Power Stadium, and it's no doubt which way it's gone. Leicester absolutely cruising tonight. They're taking the initiative of Arsenal, and it's Abdul Fatawu with his second of the night. That's his 5th league goal of the season. And he's extended Leicester's lead. They now lead by 3-0 at the King Power Stadium and taking firm grip of top spot tonight. Speaking of taking firm grip of top spot, we're going to show you the live table of where Arsenal are, with around 10 minutes or so to go here at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. And let's just show you that live table then. There we are. There we go. Nice transition. And there are Arsenal, top of the pile, 3 points clear of Liverpool, who, of course, still to play, and 4 clear of Manchester City, who still to play and have a game in hand. So it's in Man City's hands, but Arsenal have the points on the board and the lead at this moment in time, and that doesn't look to be going anywhere tonight, because it means Arsenal winning tonight, they will remain top of the table until at least the weekend. They will not be toppled by either Liverpool or Man City this midweek. In any case, unless Liverpool tomorrow, there is a slight permutation that if Liverpool win by 14-0 against Everton, if they win by 14 goals, they could go top tomorrow, Liverpool. But I think, maybe erring on the side of caution, I think that's a bit impossible. Just seeing the replays of the goals. Oh, I have to say, my favourite goal of the night is Arsenal's third goal. I mean, they're all excellent goals. I mean, Ben White's second, the 5th goal, is another really nice finish. It's just one of those moments where you can't help but smile, because no one expected it. It's really fascinating. Bukayo Saka's coming off here. He's going to be replaced by Fabio Vieira. That's Arsenal's 5th and final substitution of the night. So all 3 of their forwards that started the game are now having a quick rest on the bench for the rest of the evening. But I think the third goal, the Kai Havertz's first goal, for me is the best, my favourite of the night. The pass of pure quality from Martin Odegaard, and then the finish by Kai Havertz is just exquisite. Cool, calm, composed. I love that phrase, but it's true. It was epitomised and kind of embodied by Kai Havertz's finish. Here's Martinelli. Across to Rice. They're not done yet, though, as that cross is blocked and cleared away by Chelsea. But here come Chelsea, or Arsenal again. They're not finished. They want to score more. Here's Jesus. Nice ball from Zinchenko. Jesus on the spin. Jesus, what a ball. Rice. Oh, he's at the post. Falls to Odegaard. Blocked by Badiashile, but I think the offside flag was up in any case against Declan Rice there. So maybe good that he hit the post, because the goal would have been disallowed anyway. He is offside. Tight. And I think Martin Odegaard had a shot there blocked. He deserves a goal tonight for his absolutely incredible play. While we've been watching this game, I don't know what's happened. Have Southampton walked off the pitch or something? We've missed 2 goals. Leicester have heard that Arsenal are 5-0 up and said, we match you. 5-0 to Leicester at against Southampton at home. Remember, Leicester beat Southampton 9-0 in the Premier League about 5 years ago. That was at St Mary's. Well, they're having a glorious night in the East Midlands against the Saints tonight. The Saints won't be marching home. They'll be trundling home with the tail between their legs, because the side that could have made the tightest of top 4s in the Championship, if they'd have won tonight, well, they're losing, and by quite a significant margin. Jamie Vardy with the 4th goal, and Abdul Fatawu with the 5th goal. A hat-trick for Fatawu. He, before tonight, had scored 3 league goals in the Championship all season. He scored 3 in the space of 1 game tonight. An incredible performance from Abdul Fatawu. 5-0 to Leicester City. And if Leeds could score 4 last night, well, Leicester have raised them and scored 5 tonight. Wonderful stuff. As Chelsea look for a consolation goal here into the final 6 minutes at the Emirates. Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. Sterling. Back to Badiashile, and now Thiago Silva. Chalobah to Cassidy. As Chelsea pass it around, there are Olays. I think maybe the Chelsea fans might be just trying to take as much positivity out of it as possible, or maybe it's the Arsenal fans kind of taking the mickey out of Chelsea. Who knows? Either way, it's funny. Here's Cassidy. It's probably their best spell of possession in this second half, Chelsea, to be honest. I mean, the second half stats alone talk for themselves. 55% of the ball, Arsenal, so they've had much more of the ball than they did in the first half, because Chelsea had the better possession in the first half. 11 shots, 6 on target in this second half. Chelsea 2 shots, 1 on target. And I will get the full-time stats, the combined stats of both halves for you at the final whistle, so do stay around for that. We'll talk through those and we'll show you the table. Plus, we'll see what's coming up tomorrow night for you. Quick preview of tomorrow night, what's to come here in LFS, because it's going to be an absolute incredible midweek. And Arsenal have got us off to a wonderful start this midweek here on LFS in our Premier League catch-up games. 6 games, and 4 of which will be played tomorrow night. We'll talk about that in a moment. Still to do player of the match as well. I mean, I think of an idea. I do have an idea as to who I'm going to pick. As there's a shove here on Cassidy by Rice. It'll just be a throw-in though to Arsenal. Nothing more doing from that position. Here's Gabriel, or Jesus, sorry. And the defender doing well. And Axel Disasi to deny him there. Three minutes to go. And Chelsea is passing it around, trying to run the clock down and get out of here as quick as they possibly can. As Gallagher tried to come forward, but blocked out again by Arsenal. Nice work. Jesus finds Martinelli. Now Odegaard. Space now. What a ball. Lovely pass to Fabio Vieira. Vieira now into the box. Vieira! Oh, just wide. Just for a moment there when the net kind of shook. I thought it had found the top corner, but it was just the wrong side of the post there from Fabio Vieira. Nice hit, though. Just unfortunate it curls away from goal at the last second, and it's the outside side netting. Just for a split second there, we might have thought it would have been 6, but the wrong side of the post, that shot in the end. Jesus. Vieira. Overlapping is Ben White. He wants that hat-trick. Jesus. And Ben White made the run. Jesus made the pass a bit too late, because Ben White was in an offside position and had already went out for a goal kick anyway. I don't blame him for wanting to go for the hat-trick there, Ben White. Can't blame him at all. As I mentioned, don't forget tomorrow night, Everton against Liverpool, the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. Could be the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison Park before Everton move to their new stadium at some point next season. And that is tomorrow, 8 o'clock here in LFS, as Liverpool try and respond to Arsenal's absolute thumping of Chelsea so far tonight. They'll want to do the same against their local rivals if they could. Liverpool, we will see tomorrow. As Arsenal again trying to toy with Chelsea around the box, and Chelsea trying to clear it away, as the long clearance from Petrovic recovered by Zinchenko at the back for Arsenal. Into the last 30 seconds of the 90 minutes. We'll find out how long will be added on at the end of the 90 here in a moment, when the fourth official does put the board to the sky and inform us. Jesus. Oh, poor pass back there from Jesus as Jackson nicks it, but again runs into a brick wall, and Jorginho to win it back. Odegaard, time and space to turn. Martinelli now lays it off down to the right hand side. Here's Vieira running at goal. 7 added minutes. We're not done just yet, so 7 more of this. Can't complain. Can't complain. Part of me doesn't want this game to end. Vieira, nice work. Martinelli! Oh, just wide. Wonderful from Vieira. Nice header. Poor clearance by Chelsea. Vieira up for the header, and the header turns into a pass of itself to the Arsenal man of Gabriel Martinelli on the spin, and he just tried to find the far left corner and just hit it the wrong side of the post, but certainly having opportunities. And it's time they announce player of the match. They've just announced it on the feed here in the UK, and I completely agree. I already typed it out. There is my player of the match, Martin Odegaard, without a shadow of a doubt. He has been a joy to watch tonight. The passing accuracy, the pace, the ability, the consistency, the control, the absolute conductory in midfield. He has been absolutely faultless tonight, Martin Odegaard, and on top of that, he's been absolutely sensational. And that's a captain's performance if I've ever seen one. He doesn't have a goal on the score sheet. He's not on the score sheet tonight so far. Still time. He's not on the score sheet as it stands, but all of those goals will not have been. None of those goals have been scored without Martin Odegaard tonight. He's been that pivotal. He's been that crucial. Let me just read you out his stats tonight. So far, he's played 91, 92 minutes. 2 assists, 74 touches, 86% passing accuracy, 8 key passes. Let me just read that again. 8 key passes. A key pass can be a through ball, a nice ball to keep the attack going, to set up the goal, or a pre-assist as they call it. The assist before the assist. That's a key pass. Big chances created, 2. Hasn't had a shot on target yet, but that doesn't matter. He's won 9 of his 6 ground duels. Hasn't had an aerial duel to win. Has won a couple of fouls as well. Has been battling with interceptions and challenges. He has been absolutely unbeatable in midfield. And to a T, he's been absolutely sensational. Unbelievable, Martin Odegaard. And quite incredibly, unbelievably, without doubt, deserves player of the match tonight. And he will receive that award from the Premier League. as of course picked by the national broadcaster. And I do agree. Sometimes they get it wrong, sometimes they pick the wrong player, but tonight they've got it absolutely right. And Martin Odegaard, the man of the moment. Caicedo, 4 minutes of the 7 added to go. Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. It's been that way for the last 24 minutes or so since Ben White scored that kind of unorthodox 5th goal. A cross turned shot, turned goal. But some honourable mentions tonight, although Odegaard gets the player of the match. Honourable mentions, Ben White's been excellent. I think Thomas Partey, Rice in that midfield have been wonderful. I mean, Saka with a threat down the right, Trossard with his goal to open the scoring, Kai Havertz with nice finishes, the defending, Tomiyasu winning the ball back, Gabriel and Saliba with their battling. I mean, every Arsenal outfield player has worked to a T, not discrediting David Raya. He's had very little to do, but when he's been called into action, he's been good. All 11 Arsenal players, plus the substitutes, have been very, very good tonight. It's just a faultless, incredible performance from Arsenal tonight. A completely different level to Chelsea. And that's being kind to Mauricio Pochettino's side. Here's Raheem Sterling. Trying to decrease the deficit, but failing to do so as he couldn't get into the box as Arsenal have that locked down. But he does win the ball back off Odegaard, does Sterling, but Odegaard consistent as in his endeavour, or persistent in his endeavour, did win the ball back for a moment, but Chelsea have it back again. I mean, Arsenal comfortable to allow Chelsea to have the ball late on here. It's going to skew the possession stats in the end. Here is Sterling, look for the cutback. In there was Jorginho, another former Chelsea player, and defended that one and put it clear and wide for a throw. Another cross in, but cleared away comfortably. Here they are again, in behind Arsenal. Here's Martinelli! Saved by Petrovic. And the flag stayed down. Could have found the back of the net there, Martinelli, but good save by Petrovic. Last minute of the 97. Sterling. Cucurella. Jackson now. Cucurella chipping it back in. And a chest from Declan Rice back to his keeper. And that's just pure class. I mean, Declan Rice. If Martin Odegaard didn't get player of the match, Declan Rice would definitely have got it for me. It was between those two. I mean, it was never a question Martin Odegaard would get it. But if there was going to be a question mark over it, Declan Rice would have been second favourite to that. But there's no doubt that Odegaard deserves it wholeheartedly. And that's the final whistle. The referee doesn't allow it to run any longer than it needed to. And in the end, it's a job well done for Arsenal. Absolutely exquisitely unleashed their full goal-scoring threat upon Chelsea tonight. The first half, they made it look a lot tighter than it actually ended up being on the overall. They come out a couple of gears up on that first half, especially with their finishing ability, Arsenal, in that second half. An absolute clinical masterclass from the Gunners, and they cruise their way into a comfortable lead at the top of the Premier League table. They have been absolutely sensational tonight, the Gunners, and they deserve wholeheartedly this win by a massive margin. Wonderful from Mikel Arteta's side, who, if there was any question over whether they could stick it out and make themselves known as title favourites or a worthy side of lifting a Premier League trophy at the end of this season, well, they have answered any of those doubts tonight, because they, to a man, as I said, have absolutely delivered with no questions to be asked about them in the future. A nice night at the Emirates, a nice stroll on the pitch for Arsenal in the end. 2 goals from Kai Havertz, 2 goals from Ben White, but before all that, it was Leandro Trossard that got us underway. Chelsea had chances, minimal at that, but in the end, it's Arsenal that have a wonderful night in North London. And what a way to set yourself up ahead of the North London derby. A 3-point lead at the top of the Premier League table. An absolute devastating goal difference on your opponents. They surely are a massive, massive threat to the other 2 teams in this title race. Final score from the Emirates on a wonderful night to watch football. The Gunners, sensational, glistening and sparkling in North London. Final score, Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. Wow. That's all I can say. Absolutely wow. There's the definitive final stats for you from the game tonight. Absolute sensation from the Gunners. And we're going to just... that says half-time stats. That's incorrect. It should say full-time stats. I apologise profusely. But it's true. Everything I said, there we are. We fixed it. There is the definitive stats. 27 attempts for Arsenal. 10 on target. 4 corners. An XG of 3.32. They've over-exceeded that, but wonderfully so. Chelsea, just a 1 shot on target. That was from a free kick. Poor from them in the second half. They ended up having more of the ball, which at one point I didn't think they would have, but that kind of... Arsenal just sat in and let them have the ball and let the clock run down. They managed it off the ball, funnily enough, Arsenal, in those final 10-15 minutes. But overall, they were wonderful tonight, the Gunners. And I mean, any questions over whether they can become champions, they've put all of those questions to bed. They've deaded those questions, because no one is going to be questioning them anytime soon. A North London derby to come at the weekend, and we will be watching that with finely close, poised eyes, because that will be an absolute corker. We're just going to show you the difference between the first half and the second half. So these are the half-time stats again. So again, Arsenal had the most chances. Shots on target could have been better. XG was fairly similar in that first half, interestingly, to the second half. And this is the final stats. Chelsea had a 0.4 XG in that second half compared to Arsenal's XG in that second half of 2.10. No difference. Well, that's a massive difference, obviously, between the two. Between the first half and the second half. Massive, clear gulf in quality in their attacking chances. Arsenal were just scintillating. And that second half, absolutely scintillating. And they scored wonderful goals. Trossard with the first in the first half. And then the second half, Kai Havertz on the score sheet against his former club. Ben White on the score sheet twice as well. 2 braces for the Gunners tonight. My favourite goal, as I mentioned, the third goal from Kai Havertz. Just the pass from Odegaard. It's, for a want of a better phrase, absolutely... I can't say it. It begins with O. You can guess. Kai Havertz with wonderful third goal. Absolutely sensational. And then the fifth goal is probably the most unexpected goal of the night. A cross-turn shot-turn goal from Ben White. An unlikely brace for him. And Arsenal embracing. Fine moment for them. What a night to celebrate. Midweek delight in North London. I am sure it has been. That's the final score then. Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. Here tonight. More games to come for you this midweek. And do not forget the Merseyside derby tomorrow. Everton against Liverpool. Liverpool's turn to respond to what Arsenal displayed tonight. Their two opponents, Arsenal, are away from home this midweek. Liverpool away at Everton and Manchester City away at Brighton. So tough tests for those two on the road. And they will have to respond if they want to keep the pressure on the Gunners at the top. They've done their business. Liverpool's turn tomorrow. City's turn on Thursday. That's it from LFS tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night again. We'll be watching the Merseyside Derby plus 3 other live games in the Premier League. A lot to keep us up to date. Also tonight, final score from the King Power Stadium. It was 5-star Leicester performance. Abdul Fatawu with a hat-trick as well amongst all of that. And Leicester cruising to victory to extend their lead at the top of the Championship to 4 points. That's it from us tonight. Great to have you with us, and hopefully more of the same. This midweek's off to a perfect start for the Gunners. A cracking start. The Chelsea fans going home a bit angry and a bit annoyed, but Arsenal were absolutely untouchable tonight. The Untouchables in North London at the Emirates. Arsenal, top of the table. Liverpool and City to respond. We'll see if they can on LFS this midweek. But for tonight, have a good night. Bye-bye.